Apple to highs and AMD coming back down in. Looking pretty sketchy. AMD. Apple to 76 here. I'm just going to set 177. I would be surprised if it just went straight up, but we'll see. There's 76. And there's AMD on lows through 64, through 63. Wow. Wow. AMD, today might be the day. Look at that breaking down here. Today might be the day. I wonder if this 65 is the spot on AMD. 65 against 65.80. We'll see if we get it. It's way up here, inside the pre-market range. Apple trying to hold up here. And AMD. Say there's 64s, which I felt like was too aggressive. I even think 64.40s is too aggressive. I think it could easily spike back up to 65. This AMD looks in trouble though. Looks in trouble. There's Google on highs. There's 64s, 20s, 30s. Can we get up? Can we get up? We got up to 40 or 32 cents. Looking for it to climb a little bit higher than that. Apple. Apple near highs, pushing higher. Nice move on Apple. Here comes AMD again to 64. Let's see how much higher it can get. And it's back right back down to lows. AMD at lows here. And Apple just plowing forward. Really impressive. Really, really impressive move, Apple. Here's 64 again on AMD. Still looking for this short. But up higher at 65. Either above 65 or it's going to be below 63.40s. It's going to be one of the two. I don't think I'm going to play in the middle of this. It's just too dangerous. But I feel like I can lean against the 65. There's a number of things here to lean against, but I don't know if we'll get back up there. Tesla is on highs. Let's look at Tesla. Still trying to work its way out of pre-market range. Apple. This AMD is down 4%. Here comes lows again. I really don't want to chase it down to lows. I won't chase it down to lows. Here come lows, 3 cents. Let me go out to a 15-minute just to get a little bit wider view. I do really like this short on AMD, but I need to get it at better prices. So maybe 64.80s, maybe. There's also a 10 a.m. number, consumer sentiment. Here's 64 again. Here's 64. Nope. Down 4%. Just hanging here. I wonder if I need to move down to like 64.60s and 64.80s, like down here. There's lows, AMD. I'm gonna go 64.60s and 64.80s. Against 65.30s. Let's see if I can get any of those. We did not make it down through 63. And Apple's almost at 77. Apple at 77. Setting 178. And I am focused on this AMD here. This thing looks like it is in trouble. I need to find a way in. Need to find a way in. It's starting to break on the daily. Not broken yet, but Let's see if we can get back up here quick. Got to the 80s, 64 or 63 80s quickly on that. Let's see if we can spike up higher, get into the mid 64s. I'll load up there. See if we can hit lows. If this thing goes, it could really go. Got up to the 80s again there. Oh. Numbers in 15 minutes. Apple continues to march higher. Apple going to 79, huh? Okay. Some size showing here at 50 cents. Apple on highs. And AMD new lows. Here's 63 coming. There goes through 63. Down 4.5%. At 64.40 on that one retest earlier. That was a pretty good spot. And more size moving down here. New lows, AMD. Apple making its way to 78. Wow. Incredible buying. Here's AMD on lows. Can't even get up above 63 right now. It is very early. I'm going to stay patient, and maybe this 10 a.m. number can provide a pop back up here, but this thing is looking like it's going to break here today, so I need to keep just a watch and find a way to get in. But whatever way I find a way to get in, I don't want it to be hitting the bids on the lows. Just gonna wait. AMD has room. New lows, AMD. Just watching this trade go without me. always tough, but it cannot hit lows. Apple to 78 instead of 179. Pretty interesting on Apple. And here's even more lows on AMD. AMD getting unloaded by some fund here. This is institutional selling, not retail. Here comes 62, still going. 61, low a day. Apple 78s. I already got 79s. 10 minutes till the numbers. What did Tesla do? Nothing. Amazon? Nothing. Everybody's staring at these other two. Yeah, that's what's going on. Everybody's staring at Apple, which is going straight up. Apple new highs. AMD now down 5%. Mid 62s. We get above 63. Pretty heavy volume in Apple here. Wonder if it's finally ran out of gas. Here's high 62s coming. Can we get back up above 63? Mm-mm. We can't. Can we get up over 63? 6 minutes till the numbers. And there's 63s. What about 64? And the financials I see are on the red ticker, on the low a day ticker. I see a bunch of the spider for financials, Bank of America, JP Morgan. I think I saw Wells Fargo at some point go through as well. Here's mid or low 63s. Again, I'm not going to chase this AMD down to lows. If I get it up there, I get it up there. If I don't, then I don't. Google on highs. Back under 63. Apple back up over 78. Four minutes till the number. Sitting and waiting patiently. 3 minutes until the number. There's Apple to highs. Yes, not on highs though. Here's 63 teens. Two minutes till the number. 63 teens again. One minute until the number. There's the teens again. Can't really get up over there, can it? Ten seconds till the number. Here she comes. ES selling off immediately. Not really a lot of reaction from AMD or Apple. Yeah, my trade idea remains. I would like to get short up near that 65. Not really looking to get short lower unless we crack 6180s and continue lower. I'll look for something else, but in this range here, not really looking to trade in the middle of this chop. There's the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. This is looking better. Can we get up over 50? Make a run for those 64s. Back under 63. So seller not actively working here, it looks like, not pushing. I think there still is a seller back in there, and that's why this positional attempt to get short against something that has somewhere to lean against is the approach I'm taking, but I don't know. We're coming right off of there. It never even got up to above 63.50s. Apple's starting to bleed off a little bit, and AMD coming back down into 62. Okay. Well, 61.80 is the low a day right now, so I'll just set that as low a day so I know. There might not be anything to do here for me. Might need to just sit tight until something happens. I would still take those 65s short though. ES starting to drop out just a little bit, but we're in a very tight range. None of the other names are really moving or doing anything, so okay. Well, I think I'm gonna go on pause, and if something changes, I would, if we crack the 6180 and we keep moving lower, I'd look to get in to AMD because then we do have a follow through. But I don't want to play in the middle of this range. It never works out for me, so I'm staying away from those trades. Well, I'll go on pause and we're down 4.5%, but until we make a choice of reverting back up into here or moving lower, there's not much to do. Okay, maybe we'll be back, maybe, or maybe it'll be a second day without trades. So heading off to pause. Okay, check, check, check. Check 1, 2. I am filled up on AMD to the short side. My average price is 73 cents, stops at 35, and we are looking for a return trip back down to lows. So we're talking 62s, 61s. Not a lot for me to do here in terms of active management. I'm looking for this to revert back down to its lows. Um, and come test back down here. So not a whole lot for me to say or narrate. Probably going to do other stuff with my time here and let this position work. I am leaning against the seller that I saw this morning, and I am hoping that they will use this opportunity to get even more better prices to sell more at. So we'll see if that thesis is correct. If not, I'll be stopping out above 30 cents above the hole. Otherwise, let's see if we can ride this down to 63, 62s or wherever. And I'm just going to go on mute and let this thing roll. Okay, this AMD is coming down into 64. I'm still not covering anything. I'm looking to cover half of it down at 63.60s. We'll see if it gets down there. If we flush quick, I might cover half of it on a flush. Let's see what happens here on this test of 64. Looks like we're getting some downward momentum here. Let's see what we get. Can we flush this 64? 60. Got 99s briefly, and then did not flush. Nope, held it again. Held it again. Here's the hole getting hit hard. Did not drop. Might cover half here. Drop there. 90s. Gonna go further. I'm down in the 60s. 90s. 80s. Gonna cover half here. And going to cancel my others. Back above the hole. Was looking for a lot more selling. Not seeing that selling anymore. I'm really not impressed with what I'm seeing here so far. I might just scalp this whole thing out. I know I said I wouldn't do that, but I don't really like what I'm seeing here. All the way back. It's got to get back down below 64 and soon. Don't like what I saw here at the reaction there. It held 64 almost to the penny. Not quite, but almost incredibly to the penny. And that is not a good sign for the short. And just climbing back up here. So I'm probably going to be scalping this out. Wow, just effortlessly climbing back up. It took so long to get down. And just effortlessly climbing back up. Don't like this reaction. Very close to cutting this off. Yeah, I should have taken the rest off up there, down there, and just scalped it out, I guess. Well, I'm gonna put a 52-cent bid and try to catch it on a retest back, and try to get out of this second half, which I should have covered closer down to 20s and 30s probably. I did not like the way that it just did not crack through those through that whole number. Yeah, not what I was looking for. Not what I was looking for. Gonna try to wiggle out of this second piece down at 50 cents and get out of this thing. ES did not crack lows either. Here's 60s. Can we get down to the 50s? And I'll wiggle out of this, and no, we couldn't even get down to the 50s. I was at 52. We couldn't even get down there. They're gonna jam this thing, aren't they? They're gonna jam this thing above the hole. I just paid the offer and got out. I couldn't get out at I got 95 cents. Terrible. I was hoping to get out at 50 there, but I don't know. They're not gonna take it back there. So I'll have to review this, see if I could have done something better. That's a terrible, terrible cover on the second piece there. So really unhappy about that cover. Yeah, this will need review. Not good. Not good. And here it comes back down in. I was scared that they would just lift this and go to town, and here we go, back down to the 50s. But that looked really dangerous, so um, I covered in the 90s, and I could have covered down here. So, but this AMD is not ready yet, I don't think. So I'm going to clear this all. I might continue to record here just to see what happens, but I have a feeling I'm not going to like it, especially getting shaken out up there at 95 cents. Just really poor cover. Anyways, enough beating myself up over this. Down to the 30s, 20s, it's going to go retest 64. Yeah, not good trade management here. Really subpar. But okay, maybe take a little bit break, go work on something else before placing any more trades here.